151 Gaming. I am Jill, and I'm going to show you a bug I have discovered. As you can see, I'm going to re-enable all the mods I disabled because they aren't the problem. Yep. Load. Yes. Now I did go through and delete a whole bunch of saves because I thought it was like to autosave, because I heard somebody was saying that autosaves were messing up something. So I went through and did all that. Okay, as you can see, it says activate RT. Normally it would say activate A. So we're going to set everything back to the way it was. And oops, we're going to go back to my outpost, and I'm going to backtrack everything I did and how I discovered that I had a problem before I tell you exactly what the problem was. So my little modest outpost, nothing special. As you can see, this is a mod. A lot of this furniture here is a mod. Some of it is actually vanilla. The asters are mods, this hallway's a mod, this entire building's a mod. This was all vanilla though, except for the carpet and the lamps and maybe even the tables. But the bed's actually vanilla, believe it or not, with the new update. And that picture on the wall. So I was over here just decorating everything, you know, with what I had. I'm like, well, crap. I ran out of, I think, iron or something. I don't know. I ran out of something. So I had to go find my way out of here and go get some more stuff. Okay, not a problem. Go all the way out. Go all the way down. Hit the scanner. Trying to find a rock to go harvest. Just anything. Here we go. Here's some iron. Alright. Find your iron ore. Get to where you can get to it. That wasn't even happening. The red triangle on my cutter, that wasn't even showing up either. But since I redid some bindings, it showed up. But anyway, you can do that. But here's the RT button. Nothing's happening. Okay. I check out my gun. Well, I can use my gun. I can't use my cutter, like, at all. On anything. So, was that just a cutter? No, it's not. It does work on a Grendel. As you can see, the RT button works on the Grendel. It does not work on the arc welder. I'm slamming this button. There's nothing wrong with this controller. This controller's like brand spanking new. Does it work on the Kraken? Well, we're gonna try to crack a lack, but I think we're just gonna crack because it ain't working. The Eon. What work on an Eon? Nope. And mind you, I have not modified any of these weapons. How you see these weapons was how I found them. I rarely modify my weapons until I get to a certain level. Magpul, it works on. It works well. The Rattler won't work. Nope, not even with a steady position, it won't work. Oh yeah, I already showed you that. Just solstice, it doesn't work that either. So, it affects pistols, it affects the arc welders, and it affects the cutters. It does not affect shotguns or rifles, or EMs of those sorts. So let me get my gun back to what I want, and we're gonna go into settings. Now, I exited all the way out of the game, and I came back in. I mean, I completely closed the game out. I just didn't leave the game and come back in. I left the entire thing, shut it down, brought it back up, went back in. It didn't work. Did another save, didn't work. I checked all the files on the SSD drive, and it's fine. Everything was there, nothing was missing. I went into Steam because this is the Steam one. This is not my Game Pass. I have 2 games of Starfield. One on Game Pass, which I quit, and the one on Steam, since it has the update on it. For the early access, I just been playing this one. Well, I checked the integrity. Everything checked out. 100% fine. Nothing was a problem. Checked all my mods. Nothing needed to be updated. Everything was fine. There was no mods on spacesuits or weaponry, which I saw somebody post on Reddit that there was an article about it. That, hey, I discovered that, if I did this, that, or the other, it caused this to happen. Well, that's not my problem here. So the only way I did it, other than completely just install the game, uninstall it and reinstall it completely, was just go into bindings and go into the primary attack, which you see is RT. You select it, make it whatever you want, back out of it, and let's go back and harvest this. As you can see, the RT button is now inoperable still, but if you push A or whatever button you assign it to, or key that you assign it to if you play keyboard, it works. I don't know what happened, but it's a Bethesda game glitch. It's not a mod confliction glitch. Because I've had these mods before. And I never ever had an issue with my cutters not ever working. So this is a new glitch that is for Bethesda in-game only, not a mod problem. It's not an equipment problem. It's not a save file problem. It's not a game file problem. It is a Bethesda problem. And Ugh. I'm gonna have so many bounties on my head, it's gonna suck, because every single time that I want to try and do an A operation, I have to remember an RT. Oh, this is so going to suck when I go into town. But yeah, if you have a cutter and you use the RT button or whatever key it is on the keyboard and it doesn't work, it's an in-game bug. Has nothing to do with any of your mods. If they were working with the mods before, it'll work again. You're just gonna have to rearrange the key bindings, unfortunately, and it sucks. But that is the problem I've had. That's how I fixed it, short of uninstalling and reinstalling the entire game, which I didn't want to do. I wanted a quick fix, and that was my quick fix. So I hope this helps. Good luck. Please like, subscribe, and share the video, and drop a comment if you had any issues, and tell me how you fix it. I also have it posted under the Starfield Reddit room and the No Sodium Starfield Reddit subreddit. So if you want to drop a comment there, you're more than welcome to. I will see you later. Bye.